Well, good afternoon and Merry Christmas to y'all. This is a year unlike any other that I've seen in my life. And it's unfortunate that we're sitting here this afternoon as opposed to having the luncheon with the barbecue and the good fun and friends and just the excitement that's in the air. And I'm quite disappointed that, as many of you know, I won't be running again for mayor. And so this is it. This is my final Christmas banquet and fun times. But I think it's important that we take time to appreciate the people who make this city run. There's a number of them that have been dedicated to this city, performing service, and some of them difficult service for a long period of time, and we want to honor them. And it's also good to know that we have talented individuals coming along with service in the city. I think the thing that I've tried to make a point every time I've spoken to you is that we are a service organization, and that has to be our mantra. That has to be what we do, is serve the people of the city of North Augusta. But having said that, it's time to recognize the quality service that those of you here have given for a very, very long time. My tenure here has been reasonably short, certainly compared to Billy Lucky, that's for darn sure. But I get pleasure out of seeing you do your jobs, and many of you have very difficult jobs, ones with little satisfaction. And so to everybody, those of you here and those of you who may be watching on live stream, I want to thank you, because it's just beyond comprehension, the commitment that you have in your jobs. And that's so vitally important and certainly so beneficial. And I'm pleased to have been a part of this organization. I'm a resident of the city, just like many of you. I pay my taxes just like you. I pay them without a smile on my face, just like you. But it's important because without the business licenses, the permits, the fees, the taxes, the fines, traffic fines and violations, we wouldn't be able to provide the service. And I'm just so pleased to have seen the quality of the people that the city has as its employees. And it's just beyond what anybody in the city as a resident recognizes unless they've been a part of it. So I'm honored to be here today, and it's been a pleasure to work with you these past years. So thank you. This way I don't have to move the mic as much. No, but I thought I'd make it easier. JD has a certificate. So as your name is called, Mr. Billy Lucky, come on down and we get your certificate. And thank you for 40 years of service. That's amazing. You want to say something? After 40 years, you get certainly an opportunity.
Well, the city has given me so much. I hope in a small way I've given back to it.
And now for 35 years of service, Tim Thornton. And I'm going to make him stand down here. He's too tall. And now, Judge, 35 years you've been on the bench, and we're grateful for your service. We're grateful for your service. So, you want to come down, or you want me to come up there? I can do that. Let me. Okay. I'm with you. We have another one with 35 years of service, Cindy Lucky. That's pretty cool, 35 years. Good for you. Appreciate it. Okay, we're getting down into the lower numbers now. 30 years of service. Jackie Hill. Not here.
Okay.
Not here.
Okay.
We're down to 25 years service. Mike Strauss, come on, buddy. Strauss, come on, buddy. And still at 25 years of service, Ginger. I learned after last year that you're.
But Ginger did.
Okay, turn around.
Mike and I started the same day.
Did you?
Yes, we did.
Well, that was a lucky day. Appreciate it. Anthony Sharp, 25 years. Thank you very much. Okay. Also, now at 15 years, Roy Kibler, who I understand is not here. Also, 15 years. Oh, well, I don't see him. Junior Johnson. Oh. Oh. Awards all the time. Look at. Is it fixed? Juan Cardenas, 15 years. Tanya, come on down. Tanya Strickland, also 15 years. 15 years. Tanya and I go way back, don't we, Tanya? How many years ago was that? We won't tell. Kenthal Vivas. I'm sorry if I didn't get your first name right. That's one I don't see very often. Ryan Metz, 15 years. You can clap anyhow. He's not here. The one in border up to about here. Karl, Waldhauer, 15 years. 15 years. Let's see, that would have been 2005. What happened in 2005? We got a lot of people from that. Jose Villatoro. It's probably Viator, isn't it? Tor, isn't it? Two L's or one. Ten years, Justin Aubuchon. Well, I know I messed up his last name, so maybe it's a good thing he's not here. Okay, also 10 years, Bruce Meigs. Taylor Mode. Ten years again, Travis Smith. I bet if there was money with these, they'd be here. Carli Padgett. Five years is Alton Taylor. William Mays, 5 years as well. Because they told me that 5 years is when they all start. Amanda Moore. Ricky Collins. Okay. Well, let's give them all a round of applause. We start. Okay, now we come to the individual awards. We have the Employee of the Quarter for the fourth quarter, and then we'll be announcing the Employee of the Year for 2020. The Employee of the fourth quarter is George Blakley. You want to come down, George? You want to come down, George? George is Codes Compliance Officer in Finance. He began working with the city a little over 3.5 years ago in property maintenance and quickly transferred to finance as the first code compliance officer. And he's primarily focused on business license compliance, and we appreciate that. He's done an excellent job. He started in this position of what the position was supposed to be, and he has created the best practices and procedures for that position. If you've ever been in that situation, figuring out what the job is and getting it underway, that's difficult, George. So we certainly thank you for that. And he's worked, has maintained connections with compliance officer and planning as well as in the local area, which is good to reach out, and so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can find what other people's are doing. And I think what's really helpful is he's worked through a positive approach in getting businesses that didn't have licenses to come around and get licenses, working positively without having the negative impact of enforcement action, which we all know is not what we're really interested in. I can't relate to this at all, but it says here that he's detail-oriented and meticulous. And any of those that have seen me at my office would know that they are two qualities that I will never have, because I've had a long time to try and get there. So, George, that's a great thing, particularly in your job. Not only does he do his day-to-day job, he's very willing to help when help is needed. JD bought a fogging machine, I think, or got a fogging machine, and George is the one that, in his area and also in the lobby, has utilized that to protect people with this COVID virus that we're dealing with. He also assists planning compliance matters, and at least on one occasion, I'm not sure if there's more, he's been there when there's been an emergency in this building. providing what was necessary, what services and assistance until the first responders were able to get here. George exhibits the right skills that are so necessary, and he somehow has a way of turning around difficult situations and getting a positive outcome out of them. And I've been in finance more than once, and I think if you decide to work in finance, you accept the fact that difficult circumstances are going to be there every day, because people are never happy about having to pay late fees or get their water turned back on or whatever it is. So it's always the potential for a tense situation. We appreciate that you do that, George, as well. We're certainly glad to have George as a member of our team and as our employee of the quarter for 2020 in the fourth quarter. And we have a plaque. And there's a $50 monetary reward that comes with this as well, but you'll have to talk to your co-workers to figure out how you get that. So congratulations, George. Appreciate it. Would you like to say something?
I want to thank those that made this honor possible. I really like working here for the city, and the finance personnel are outstanding. So thank you.
I guess I would have been shocked if he said anything other than that about his finance partners, but George, thank you. And now we move on to the 2020 Employee of the Year. Obviously, there's been 4 quarters in a year, and we've had 4 employees of the quarter. Robert Briggs, who's a sanitation worker in public services. Fidel Rubio, a maintenance worker in public safety. Andy Hogg, public safety officer, obviously with public safety. And George, we just announced as a fourth quarter winner. And so from these fourth quarter winners, I'm sure it was a difficult task, but the committee has selected Andy Hogg as the 2020 Employee of the Year. I had a chance to talk about Andi just a few months ago, but let me just refresh your memory. She was the Employee of the Quarter for the third quarter. She started with the city in May of 2018 as a dispatcher, and she had great skills in that difficult position. A year later, she said, I want to be a part of the team that provides hand-on response to situations, taking them from start to finish rather than just being on dispatch and handling one call and other ones coming in on top of it. She's an exemplary public safety officer. She produces quality cases. She's dependable. And what I like is she treats the public with dignity and respect. And for all of you public safety officers, her female perspective is something that I think you've come to appreciate, and she provides that in the proper manner, and we appreciate that too, because that's important. But now, having kind of put a qualifier in there, let me strip the qualifiers away and just say that without considering anything, she's calm, cool, and collected, and is a top-notch public safety officer. She also distinguished herself as a firefighter. She's completed multiple and rigorous firefighter certifications. And if her daily job here isn't enough on her days off, she serves as a volunteer at the Long Branch Fire Department. Thank you. She wants to continue to helping people as a public safety officer. She wants to develop her skills through advanced training, and her ultimate goal is to be assigned to investigations. She's a tremendous asset not only to public safety but to the city and the residents of North Augusta. Congratulations, Andi, Employee of the Year for 2020. She'll receive a plaque, and she gets a monetary award of $100. And once George figures out how to do it, you'll be able to get yours too. Congratulations. You know, this is so different. You know, I know, I think council recognized that a bonus, which has been kind of a traditional, it's always been discretionary, but it's been traditional. We're able to provide you a 1% bonus, even in this year of tight times. The city administrator has tightened the belt. All directors are gasping for air because he cut down expenses in every area to make certain that we could take care of you this season. It's been a tough year, and I say I don't know how we get out of this situation. The vaccine is, you know, arriving daily. We'll figure out how that gets taken care of so we can get back to somewhat of a normal situation. But I don't know what that new normal is going to be, but it's certainly going to be different than what we've experienced in the past. And having to work under those circumstances every day makes your job that much harder, and it makes me appreciate what you do every day that much more. So JD tells me that my time is running out in this ceremony, but I do want to wish each of you a happy holiday in the way that you most would want it to be. So thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you next year. Appreciate it. As our city administrator would probably say, you are dismissed.